everyone, welcome in, have a seat, grab some friends. We are about to get started with a new one tonight. I was going through some of my content on my hard drive and came across a lost folder, and me and my wife were sitting there watching a couple of the clips that I ended up finding from season 3. And possibly, actually, I think all of them are from season 3. So I figured we'd have a little bit of a throwback tonight. We are going to definitely have some more content, some more raids tonight. But for the first half, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of my old clips, just so you guys can see kind of where I started from and the difference in the maps and stuff. This first clip we're going to hop into is going to just be one of the random things that happened, which we'll see the full video later down the line. But I figured it was a nostalgia trip for me. I figured you guys have been missing it, and it also showcases how far this game has come in the last year. In 2 days, it will be exactly 1 year since I started playing this game. These clips are about a month after I started playing, but for the most part, it does showcase a large part of season 3 with some of the clips. Some of them are going to be short, some of them are going to be a little bit longer, some of them are going to be full raids. I think I have 2 full raids, one weird ranked match. I also do have a little surprise for him if he ends up seeing this later. But I do have an interaction with iBot as well. I won't play the full clip of that one, but that's on the agenda for the first half of tonight. So let's go ahead and hop on into it. Hopefully this all works out perfectly. There might be a little bit my first time doing this type of style, so I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go ahead and hop into it. Start playing these clips, shall we? And we're gonna go ahead and turn this music down a little bit more, just so it's a background with these videos. You know how it be.
Boys, let's move!
This is the old Axtrack sound. It is so different. I didn't make it out. We'll see the rest of that clip later.
All clear. Over.
Figured it'd be a good one to start out with. But this is the original. This is how these are the fights I remember getting into and why it would be so heart-thumping, because of the way the gunplay was. Also, just to point out, these clips are also from my old system, my 1050 Ti, with the W32 something or X Xeon. It was a weird processor, but yeah, these clips are definitely from my old computer as well. I don't think any of these clips were recorded on my newer computer. So you'll also see some of the hitching and glitching I had to deal with not having enough memory. Here, let's go back. As you see a little there. Trying to keep him under. How that grenade doesn't kill me is hilarious. And then proceeded with the fact that I ADS'd, and then you hear the click of me try and shoot, and I have bullets in my clip, but it dead fires. It was very discombobulating in the middle of the fight. That's how fights used to go. Baby, wow, thank you so much. Nah, I'll be fine.
Is that a good portion?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Appreciate you, sweetie.
Dinner is...
Why, thank you, sweetheart. Yes, dinner was a little late, so I will be eating. Yeah,
Be a
this
man and
also
come out.
showcases
Let's have a shootout.
the old bullet style. Some crazy stuff. How big the UI was back then. And of course, with most of these, I don't know Arc very well. Remember, this is my first experience really with these maps. I knew a little bit, but not a whole lot. That's when TPP was the way this game should be, for sure, right? On a boomer scale of 1 through 10, how boomer was your system? I would at least have to give it a freaking 2. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was on a 1050 Ti. That thing had good VRAM, but not enough. I was barely able to play this. Shoot, at this point, as I remember, as I was recording this, most of these clips, my CPU would be at 80 degrees, and then my GPU would be at 75 or 76 degrees.
Stop hiding. I saw you.
Like, it was horrible. My CPU and GPU used to get extremely hot. Like I said, it also showcases that they really haven't changed art too much either. It kind of still remains the same. Always making sure to check my flank. I kind of wish we had the ability to do a side-to-side look without moving our character, kind of like Tarkov has. That'd be a nice feature. And of course, this is also back when we would get ambushes at the extract. It was so annoying. The old jump mount, I know, right? That's hot, not in a good way. Yeah. Might go to bed earlier because I have a field trip tomorrow. Hey, well, I hope you have a good one. Hope your field trip is spectacular. If not what you expected, at least a fun adventure, right? Look at this old menu. Before the guns were actually named what they are now because of copyright issue. I mean, this thing looks so zoomed in. It's crazy how much they've actually brought it back over time and how I never noticed that. I mean, look how big this backpack looks in the menu. It's not nearly as big. They've definitely stepped the UI back a little. Anonymous note. Yeah, season 3 graffiti party, where I'm surprised that this here is probably where they got the idea of the spray cans, to be honest. And they've probably been working on that system since this season was released. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, showcasing the Venus Secure case. Showing when it had insured items, which you have now, but it's a little different. Yeah, that's big. I thought so too. And the menu looks a whole lot different too in your shelter. Oops, sorry. It goes back 10 seconds. Yeah, you used to have the missions over here, all this information up here. Oh man. Food and raid. Oh, that's coming. See, even back in season 3, the level 12 storage wasn't that hard to get. But that graphics card grind, ooh, for the longest time. Like I said, season 5 was when I first was able to upgrade my shelter completely. I believe. That mask is so cool. It's called running in real life. Yeah, I freaking love this one. This was my loadout. The AKS 74N, the M700, tier 6V armor, or 6A armor. But in my opinion, back then, A armor was better than V armor. The only reason why V became popular is because they actually made it to where it covers certain parts of your body, so it actually deflects some damage. Now they've done a lot different. Now it's completely different. They did it for all armors, not just the V. Made them unique between each other. Yeah, 6A, that's what I thought. And I think I chose that specifically for that type of helmet, too. I love the look of it. So it's like, it's such a throwback to see this, because a lot has changed. Was there a way to avoid the wipe back then? No. I do believe here's the original Abigail. No, I believe season 4 was the first introduction of the targeted serum. Everybody in season 3 got wiped. Everybody went back to, nobody saved anything, I don't think. Just kind of shows you a full view of how things were. The menus, just a whole bunch. I don't remember what happens. See, even back then, I was always gifting everybody. I had Maxi, Yakuza. Yeah, I think I end up cutting it off after this. All right, let's go on the next one. Hopefully it won't unfull screen. Perfect. Now, this here, this is when I was in ARC on ranked. This is what ranked used to be. And ranked was one of the things back in season 3 where it was one of the only chances you'd come across players. Like, you couldn't start a ranked match unless there were real players in the lobby. So there was this weird interaction that I had. And this is also the clip that has a little bit of iBot in it. Style character looked way cooler, right? I kind of agree. I like this outfit, which was the beginner outfit, and then the ninja outfit that I get a little later. So last night I reminded him of an old saying when someone was dying, they would say, "I can't die, she's waiting for me." Yeah, the old death sounds of the Marauders. If you don't know, they used to have lines. This right here. I killed him in ranked, and then he returned, and this bug happened. It freaked me out. It was the first time I had encountered this bug. In ranked, no less. And yes, this is also back when I was learning how to snipe too. So you're gonna see a lot of campiness. Because when you're learning to snipe, inevitably, if you're gonna get better, you kind of have to go through those times. And it may look bad for those that don't like it. Eventually, you don't like it either. I mean, to be fair. I mean, some snipers like to perch. You probably changed Abigail so they'd have a different in the mix. I mean, might not be too far off. Just a flesh wound. Tis but a flesh wound.
Nothing here. Over.
I mean, basically at this point, I'm just trying to figure out where he's going and if he's gonna push me or not, because it was kind of rare. The good players would push, and that's generally how you would know if you were playing against somebody who was decent at the game and knew the game versus somebody who wasn't as good or confident in their ability, because they would push you.
All clear. Over.
And if they push you, a lot of the times they would end up winning. And that still kind of holds true now, but it's starting to get a little balanced, where pushing can also screw you if you don't push the right way.
Backup. Requesting backup.
What that timer about? That's how long we had to extract. Which is still present in rank today. But it used to, that's the timer that we used to have to pay attention to when we were in operation or in raid. Otherwise you'd lose all of your
Stay
stuff.
sharp. Report to me if any issues arise.
And ranked didn't have insurance. So if you lost your items, you lost your items.
Nothing here. Over.
That's how Maxie and Achilles used to play a lot. They pushed a lot. Yeah. And they'd push together with that freaking bait and switch shit. Oh, it was so annoying. I mean, it's good gameplay, but annoying to play against. Of course I would.
Nothing here. Over.
Yeah, I mean, basically at this point, I'm just running the clock down. He never pushes. Had a car in my back pocket. Totally forgot what it was called. Then it's more strategic now. Yeah, exactly.
Over. Stay sharp. Let's report to me if any issues arise.
Man, that was so mad annoying to have bots just spawn on you when you're extracting. I mean, literally just spawn on you. Yeah.
These other ones just left.
Baghdad. One, maybe 2 or 3 fights against them. True.
She's waiting for me.
Yeah, that's the old rank system. It's absolutely nuts. And then while I'm in the menu trying to queue up again, this is how long it would take. I think at that point I am. Hold on a sec.
Why are you still crouch walking, bro? Stand up.
I'm watching iBot in the background.
On my face. Oh, we could do
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So fast.
So it was kind of funny that but it used to take so long.
Okay, let me get my load up.
I mean, the rest of this clip's like 10 minutes and I still don't get into another match. Like, it's just me and iBot just talking back and forth. It's kind of funny. And back then, playing on mobile was way harder. Playing against PC players, true. Back then, you didn't have the option. Snuck up on this guy. I couldn't believe it, so I was like, oh, there's no way he doesn't hear me, right? No way he doesn't see me. Nope. Didn't see me at all. Like I said, the looting system was so much faster. All the loot would insta-load in, so you wouldn't have to worry about standing there for god-awful long time trying to loot everything. I think the simplicity of this is what made it so fun. I mean, you can see bots off in the distance, too. Because they're lit up like a freaking, well, like a firefly in the night. Yeah, that's what I am in this clip right here. I'm a marauder. And back then, you also had like 3 or 4 times that you could go. I see the guy running towards hangar in the back. Sure. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Silent shots back then. That's what a silent shot would sound like. I was wondering why you look like an imposter. I got stuck right there. I'm trying to figure out where this other guy who threw the grenade is at. Yeah. The helicopter used to be in the hangar. Just in map design alone, you can see how much Akiyama has changed. It doesn't look like this at all anymore. Not at all. Back when you can get on the roofs. I mean, some you still can, but not all of them.
Search for targets.
Stamina was virtually non-existent back then too. You could run for a mile. Yeah, especially if you had the setup I had. I literally would never run out of stamina because of all the stamina buffs I had on my weapon.
Where did the bastard go? Find him!
Now, before you freak out, I know you saw me run past that power station without picking it up. I'm just going to let you know, back then, power stations were worthless. They were only like, what, 10, 12K? I mean, this really shows you there wasn't any towers or anything like that. I mean, as much as there are now. That was mad annoying, though. Some places it looked like you could jump up, but you couldn't. Grenades were mad annoying. Annoying? Oh yeah. I only had tier 2 or tier 3 armor on. Like, back then, if you had good ammo, oh, you'd get shredded real quick. Feels even more rural. Oh yeah. It definitely had that like mountainside foresty kind of look. Darn it. Sorry about that. Hold on, I'll restart that. Yeah. I was sitting there thinking to myself, of course I'd wait until the last minute to shoot, and of course I'd miss him, but if the truck wasn't there, I think I would have got him. And again, this is a normal raid. I remember the early shelter was much smaller. True, I do remember the older shelter. I don't have any more pictures of it anymore, but I do remember the old shelter when it used to be a hallway that you were looking at and you had the train track in the background. Did I just see lore like Skyrim? I don't know. Maybe? Again, this isn't a time where 90% of my raids, I didn't come across a single person. I could run the entire map. God, I fucking miss this old Windswept. Oh, man. 2 bridges. Open spacing for snipes. Well, of course, it's a little different now with the B11, but, you know. And so this whole time, all I'm trying to do is determine where he went. This, again, was when I was first learning how to snipe. I didn't come across players very often, so I focused on players very early on in my gameplay. This is why I'm sitting still. I know there's nobody else near. He's the only player in the entire lobby. And this is where I learned how to snipe. I just took my time, started aiming in and just trying to track and follow. Kind of get better at of seeing behind cover. Bots used to give away your position because you knew where they would shoot you from. A lot of map information was given. It showed the book thingy and it had a description. Oh. Yeah. The intel. Yeah, that book is a zoomed in version of the intelligence book. Boom. He wrapped all the way around. It was crazy. Bro, this is actually the first video I saw you playing this. You might me log into your channel. Oh, really? Yo, right on. Well, there you go. I knew it would bring back some memories for some of you. For sure, for sure. And then it gives the newer players a chance to see where this game has come from a year ago. And then again, I'm just learning how to track. I mean, you could sit still pretty easily because there wasn't as many marauders back then either. You can see the glitchiness of the graphics loading in and when I'm turning. This is my graphics card being at like max right here. Like I couldn't even, this is low graphics by the way. This here, I could not play this game on anything above low graphics. And it still looked this good. And again, learning to snipe. Came across this guy who sniped at me. And again, there's not, and if you notice in the top left, I've got less than 10 minutes to extract. I'm actually headed to extraction when this guy shot at me. And so I'm patient because I know that most players that sit up there are pretty decent. Are decent. At least in my experience up to this point. I was still fairly new. Yeah, when we discovered these cliffs last
I need
night,
water.
it blew my mind. I couldn't believe how much Lost Light has changed. It's insane. It is. And a lot of it for the better, to be honest. There's a few quirks and a few things that could be fixed, but for the most part, as far as development, they've done a lot in the last year. I mean, it just blows my mind. Nah, 2021, dog. Yeah. This game was made in 2021. Well, was it? Was it 2021 or was it first developed in 2020, but didn't release to the public till 2021? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, like an early beta, late 2020. That's, yeah. Because at this point, the game had already been out for a year on mobile, and it had recently come to PC within the last year. And like I said, I began at like the last 2 weeks of season 2. I have no gameplay footage of that, but that's because of the fact that I literally was learning the game. I was just playing it. And this whole time I'm wondering if he's gonna re-peek. I never see him jump down. I don't see him walk the edges. So at this point I'm like, okay, let me just push. I mean, if he's not going to keep the angle, if he's not going to hold the angle, then I might as well push.
I don't want to die.
And again, I had so much map knowledge at this point, literally being the only one on the map 90% of the time. And this was before you could lean.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, Lost Light gripped me right away. We never looked back. I'm into that.
Where can I find those supplies? The
The
thirst
fact you
is
remember
killing
what
me.
you were thinking is crazy. Really? Is it? It must be a skill, I guess. I don't know. When I re-see these, I kind of remember what I'm thinking. But I guess that's easier if you're the one watching your own clip, though, right? I would think. Now, I knew he was up there, and I'm paying attention to the top windows up here because you can see through there. There's the second floor there. And rarely would people peek those 4 windows that are at top. Now, it's at this point that I get my first detection of him. And so I know he's either under me or above me. And since I knew he was still up there before, I knew he was up there. I'm now trying to figure out where exactly by getting the blinking. But we spot each other first. And as you see, this is live. This is what was happening to me when I'm dragging my mouse around and aiming in. Full-fledged headshot, only 1/4 damage, nothing to his armor. And at this point, I have less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes to get to extract. And if I run for extract... Forgot about that. Threw it like a pitcher, my... I gotta see that again, sorry. Watch when he throws. Batter's up. Oh man. But he has a clear view to the extract that I'm going to. So he would have plenty of shots on me before I could get to him. So it's either I die to him or I kill him and then finally get to extract. And again, I'm just waiting for him to peek his head again. I mean, he has to extract too. We're both on the same timeline. I don't want to die. Timed extracts claimed many souls. Yes. Yes, it did. All I asked for was them to bring back TPP full time. That'd be too bad. Yeah. I mean, that and freaking duos so that teamers can go freaking play duos together. Let teamers play with teamers and solo be solo. I shot his backpack. And at this point, I'm like, well, not 3.5 minutes. If I don't start walking now. That's fun. So at this point, I'm like, well, I have to run for extract or I'm going to die here anyway. So if I'm going to die either way, I might as well try and actually make it out. So I'm like waiting for him to peek, seeing if he's going to peek, knowing that he can hear me, knowing that I'm down here, but he never peeks until I go and shoot that. And I miss my opportunity as I turn around. Damn it. So I'm like peeking a little bit. This is how we had to peek. This is how we would lean. And then I completely whiff. That one I'm not sure how it didn't hit. Same with that one there. That one was a miss. That's a hit. So it was crazy how those other two, one I knew was a miss. I was too far left and went over his shoulder. That one I knew. But from the angle I was, the first two shots should have hit. 1 second, wasn't 1 second when it came grenade time? 1 second wasn't 1 second when it came to grenade time. Yes. Correct. You could wait until it says 1 on that marker, and when you threw it, there would be another second before it would explode. Now it's instant. They fixed that. Now if you wait till 1 and throw it, yeah, I killed myself at the beginning of a season, I think, doing that. Did you see that, KD? Freaking ridiculous, bro. And that's real KD, by the way. We had such high KDs back then because there weren't very many players. And of course, Marauders were also, you know, those also include bot kills as well. Before they separated it. And look how fast stuff loaded, man. So I don't like the new looting where it takes forever for items to appear. I liked this looting better. Exactly. Do you ever remember this? Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. And there's a passive skill that's supposed to increase your search time, but it's still not, it's not enough. I mean, I want it back to like this. Like, I understand the ability of like searching something and getting excited and that element of, oh, it needs to hurry, you know, but yeah, and the loud extract sound. And like I said, the dog tags have been the same for so long. They just now, this season, changed the dog tag system.
Boys, let's move!
Because again, us in the community we're complaining in the Discord how dog tags are useless. Dog tags were completely useless back then. And then they ended up making the dog tag extracts, which was okay. And now we have military ranks. All right, so this is another small clip of me being a marauder on Bath. Look at how bad it would lag when I'd first log in or get into the raid. It was horrible. I hated it. I would get spawn camped in Bath so much, and look at how much more open it is.
Stop hiding! I saw you! Enemy down!
And this ain't no joke. This is exactly how it was. I seen the player and I shot the player. I did shoot the player. I never shot the...
Be a man and come out! Let's have a shootout!
Oh my god! No way did I never notice that until just now. Holy! Look at how small this room is. I didn't realize they expanded it like that. Hold on. Let me go back real quick on this.
Be a man and come out! Let's have...
Wow. So there used to be a hall here, and all they did was push that hall back, opening it up because there's still... Wow. I forgot it was right here in its own hall. So smart, right? Use your teammates to take out a duo. For real. For real. Yeah, it was just one room and then slowly made it bigger, I think. Yeah. That's crazy. Because it does look, it looks smaller on the mini map as well. And again, I know there's a fuel tank there, and they're worth like 100,000 now. But back then, again, it was only like 12, 13K. We'd usually only grab those and scrap or dismantle them for actual fuel, because you'd get what, like 30 fuel out of a tank?
I'm gonna die.
I thought it was a player, and then I realized I was staring at the side that the band is on, and I'm like, oh, I'm dumb. And the instant appearing items after you kill instead of waiting for it to load. Exactly, exactly. Welcome in, Dante. Welcome in, Wizard. Welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Definitely a nostalgia for tonight. At least the first half, anyway. Look at how different Bath looks now. I mean, God. It's so different. And this extract is the one that we absolutely hate. And it used to be the only one in Bath. The other one you had to have a key for. And you had, I think you had to drop everything. The office didn't even exist. That security room. Yeah, bro, tonight's stream was awesome. I'm glad you guys are enjoying. I know I am. Taking me back for real. And all the old original sounds too. And that's exactly why we fucking hated this extract. That right fucking there. Yep. Good old Hades. One extract was great for toxic extract campers. I stopped playing Bath, and when you went into a Marauder, you could go back into the same lobby 3 times. Yep. Exactly. Yep. That's why a lot of players that were playing prior to season 3 didn't like the return feature, because of that type of thing. that you could already come back into the lobby 3 times. Yeah. They should have shotguns without stock so you could push faster. The gold classic last minute kills. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, in fact, I'm doing that right now. I'm trying to go right back in. That's all right. I have it with like no handler, one of those short stocks. Run around like a little, like Call of Duty. Ah, this is the clip that was from the beginning. Okay. I literally have 1 minute and 22 seconds to extract. Okay. Now, before I started recording, I was heading to this extract and I happened to notice someone behind a tree right above my character, right up in this little area up here. There's a ridge and you can crest over the ridge or go underneath it to see right down into the extract. All right. So I knew he was up there, but we both have 1 minute and 20 seconds to get out of here. And actually not even 1:20. We have 1:10 because it takes 12 seconds to extract. This is the full video. So then dude could push you even faster. Imagine 5 Marauder runs in a row. Oh yeah. So this is intense for me because I literally can't run that fast because I literally am starving. Although to be fair, you used to go starving a lot sooner. But if you ran out of food, you'd die. Like not from health, like straight die. Your character would die. So this whole time I'm trying to be strategic but fast because I know he's up there and I'm wanting him to peek, but he never fucking peeks. So I'm like, well, 20 seconds, it's either now or never.
Boys, let's move.
So I lay down, I don't see him behind the smoke, but here comes the first grenade. And the second grenade explodes right as, because you see my body die right there. I didn't make it out. And I couldn't return. It was so sad. I was so surprised because of the adrenaline of, yes, I made it out, all to look down at the screen and go, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Yes. Yeah, this is how they used to display it. Anonymous note, Marauders are already at the back of my pack. The shelter must have been found by now. Better get out of here as soon as possible before they find it. After the blockade began, Marauders attacked Windswept Harbor. Built over the past 3 years, 1 week is all it took for the Marauders to reduce it to ruins. The MPX? Yeah, that was the MPX.
Sometime soon.
That was the MPX for sure. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Me trying to stop the recording. Ah, the long range sniping. Yes. This is with the Car 98, by the way. Or the Molt. You can see sniping was a lot different back then too. And it told you how much damage was absorbed at the bottom and things of that sort. Like, there was information about the screen, but I mean, they've done a really, really good job. And then later that match. If I remember correctly. Again, back then, you could see other people clearly at night. I didn't want to move from my position because I knew he would be able to see me. I mean, from up where he's going, you can tell that I knew this map and how long it would take someone to get somewhere because of me fucking following him. And I did so fucking perfectly. How I missed that shot, I'll never know. He was dead ass still, and I was all over his face. Same with that one too, and that one. Like, those should have hit. This is why long range sniping over like 600 plus meter distances are a little hard for me. Because of the bullet travel time. Good lore, right? Dang, they sent you straight to heaven. Yeah, you could also bring food, bring any food into raid and abuse the passive stat. Yeah, true. I'm not gonna season 3 as canon. Well, I mean, it's a history of the lore anyway. Maybe you'll be able to find the small differences that they made. Back when you could jump mount. Dirty. I did do that to a player once. Actually, in fact, on top of this mountain. I had somebody creep up to me on the same side that he was going when I was following him through my scope. And he shot me like 3-4 times, only got one actual hit, and I 360'd because I freaked out because it was behind me. Ended up 360 sniping him, kind of like I did there. Not really, I didn't do the 360 there, but you get the idea. Laura's all in your head anyway, provided by the devs. I mean, yeah, unless they do like an official thing. I would love it for them to do an official thing. Like a place where all the lore... I know that's kind of something that you were thinking of doing, Adrian. But it's like, if we could get all the lore that they've ever put in and have it like on an official site or something, like that would be freaking amazing. You always need evidence, right?
Let's have a shootout. Enemy down.
Yeah, right there. And the funny thing is, when I looked over here, I seen him, but I didn't in the moment. I want to see if I can't re-catch that, because I turn around for half a second to look behind me. I don't remember the exact moment, but
Roger, all clear. Over. Roger, all clear. Over. Roger, all clear. Over.
so when I look left here, I think screen is so dark around the edges.
Roger. All clear. Over.
I thought I turned more than that. Didn't I? I could have swore I turned more, but that's because I remember watching this before and remembering to look in the spot that he was. And when I turned like that, I guess I didn't. I guess that was the shot that I turned. Because when I turned, you could actually see him in the tree that he was standing behind. I didn't see him. Yeah, because I looked down towards the wine cellar. Yeah, not the resort, the wine cellar. That's what it used to be called. The good old days.
Roger, all clear. Over.
So I was like, maybe I didn't turn far enough.
Roger.
But he's like barely over here.
Roger, all clear. Over.
Thought I had a better angle on it, but I guess not.
Be a man and come out. Let's have a shootout.
Well, in game there's head cannon for a reason.
Enemy down.
Yeah, cans of peaches on deck for days, for sure. Later, chat. Alright, bro. It was nice seeing you and hanging out. I hope you have a good one. Yeah. And then it's just me just basically waiting for him to come over and kill me. But yeah, he was all the way over there, and you can see the movements back then were just horrible at long ranges. Absolutely insane. It looks so different. The bot wasn't even looking at me. That's where those old meme comes from. A bot does a 360 turn and kills you. It's moments like that. See, he has a better gun than I have, and at this point, range definitely mattered because of recoil. Again, this showcases me trying to learn how to track players. I took the time to try and improve myself. It's a little boring, but at the same time, it does showcase what you kind of have to do to improve yourself. You just see through. And again, this was before you could lean, so we had to actually fully step out of cover. Oh, and the annoying thing with the TPP where if your crosshair was behind cover, now, also, where I was sitting behind, from his angle, he would have been able to see me because the boxes in front of me would not have rendered for him. So he knew I was there when he looked my direction. And that's what I believe made him wrap around the way he did. Oh man, when this was all open. He's right up here. So from my view, I'm trying to keep that in line of sight. And again, I'm looking over here again because I heard a shot over here. So I'm paying attention to the hangar and the bots out in front of the hangar because I know he was looking that direction, and then I see him and I'm like, okay, all right, I see you. Let me just line it up a little bit, stick on out. I see your head, and somehow missed the first couple of shots. See what I mean by the recoil at distance? And it was harder to judge back then too, because there was no physical bullets, which I notice is a difference now. I might make YouTube videos about recreating military loadouts and Lost Light for views. Hey, there you go. That sounds like an idea for sure. So me and him are just playing tag with each other, trying to figure out, because again, at this point, we're the only two players in this map right now. And the maps are so wide open, there's no choice but to fight the other player because they'll come behind and get you at an angle and catch you off guard. So, and if I were to run away, he would be able to know where I was because of the bot shooting me. And it would just figure he moved from that spot because he's right there where I throw it. And then he must have seen it. And this is also when your hand would stick through, your hand and gun would stick through the walls if they were thin enough, and you could actually shoot them through the wall if their hand was sticking out. Every time I watch this, I forget the ending. But I almost feel like he gets me somehow, and I can't remember how. I'm sitting there wiggling back and forth just in case he could see me through the wall because of render distance issues on the PC back then. There was no proximity check back then. There was. That Hecto blade, though. I know, right? There was, but almost everybody in almost every single lobby was not English speaking. So I mean, there was a little bit, but most of the time, or wait, no, was there only death comms? Like when you killed them, you would be able to hear them. Well, no. There was prox chat, but it wasn't really prox chat. It was map chat. Like you could literally be anywhere on the map and hear everybody on the map. So I guess it wasn't really proximity chat. It was like map chat. But again, nobody, yeah, because I couldn't understand the other player exactly. The other players weren't the same language. So I was never able to understand them. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not gonna have my microphone on. I had my speakers on, as you could tell on the bottom left. I've got the speaker icon on, but I have my microphone off. Hey Jay, welcome in. More like open chat. Yeah, exactly. Open chat. Yeah, that's a perfect way of putting it. You remember how much food you'd find in rain for real? Hi. Well, how about this? That's sweet. And look how big the open button was. Holy, I didn't really notice that playing every day, and never really noticed that they made that smaller and smaller. Some things you just tend to overlook. Oh yeah, and this little glitch. I don't even know if this is still a glitch in the new map or not. But yeah, you can just... Ah, my sweet girl. My sweet girl. Yeah, hi, babies. Hi, babies.
Hey, I got this.
Also, the AI was more rigid. Like, it had a more rigid, determined path, so you knew exactly where they were going to stop, and all you had to do is just put your reticle there, wait for them to finish their pathing, and then just shoot. Oh, that's right. That's what happened. Now I know. It's not until this moment, almost every time I watch this. There he is, running across. I find him, get caught and frustrated on this damn thing. Couldn't hop a simple little bar. I see this bot here.
Move! All hands on me! Push him out! Back!
Here the Marauder. Oh, back. But he's downed. He's knocked out. But he's talking shit. And I see him in the bush. I see him right there in the bush. And I whiff. And then this guy comes.
Boys! down!
Yeah. Yeah. You want to talk about leg meta? This is what we mean. So he's basically where this Marauder is. When he can actually see underneath the truck to my feet. So I'm undercover. He knows I'm here. He's looking dead at my feet. And just as I reload to go and peek, he hits my foot. And on top of that, a stupid shotgun bot had to shoot me from behind at the same exact time. I thought it was such timing. In the moment, I didn't know if the shotgun bot had killed me or if he had killed me. Even with this notification over the top, I still didn't know. And damn it, I really wish they bring this back. It shows the weapon and the ammo, and I don't think it does that anymore. It might, but I think it only shows the caliber of bullet or something. I don't remember now. But yeah, in the moment, I almost thought it was the bot that killed me. But sure enough, he shot my legs out. Shot my little booties. My little running track shoes. Now I think we're starting to get into some of them that I haven't seen yet. Yeah, this one I don't think I've seen yet.
Move! All hands on deck!
Some of these are definitely older ones that I haven't. I only ended up watching a few of them. I miss TPP. Welcome in, Kepler. Welcome in. Why was he looking at your feet? You were taking a shot from the back. For real though.
Stop hiding!
It's funny. And again, I heard a silent shot over here. This is back when you could see a lot further too.
I can't die. She's waiting for me.
Nothing here.
The old school classic load on automatic rifle. Yes.
Please.
Yeah, the classic loadout, automatic rifle and a sniper. Yes, sir. It was the best way to. It was the best loadout, honestly. Even back then, I ran the MPX. Like, it was just because of the fact that this PST ammo was so prevalent. Of course, I don't remember what tier it was. I could have swore it was tier 3 at one point. And then JHP used to be 2. And you can hear those silent shots, but they don't show up on the sound indicator anymore. I think this was shortly after they made it. Did everyone and everyone? Pretty much. It would be hard to find somebody not running an assault rifle sniper combo in season 3. Either that or the MP7 MP5 with SG with the SG12. Everything everything have silencers. I don't think everything had, so the MDR didn't have. No, even the SG had a silent, maybe. Yeah, and this made it to where you couldn't pick any of it up unless you had the key, which I didn't have the key at that point. Metal scissors were used to make toolboxes. Now, did you catch that name? Madrigaldo. Remember that for later. Some guns before doesn't have a suppressor attachment. That's what I was thinking. I don't think every gun had a silencer, but most had them. The fact that you found a way to react to unfinished content is unfinished comment is funny. Right? I mean, that's sometimes I annoy my wife with that, because sometimes I'm right about what she was about to say when I cut her off. She gets irritated, like in the funny kind of way. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I'm literally able to pick up what you're putting down before it's ever put down. I mean, to be fair, much of Windswept looks the same. And they've only really changed a little bit here and there. I think they need to go back through and totally change it. Ah, baby.
Look, you're always in my head.
Uh-huh.
Like, you always finish my sentence like, hey, would you let me talk? But you're like, no, not allowed.
No, not that.
Well, yeah,
I'm always
see
in
how
your
it
head.
is. I heard you. I heard you. Something I didn't.
Oh, did you? I mean, did you players and bots have suppressors? I believe sometimes the bots would have suppressed snipers. But and Raymond, I think, had the suppressor on the RP19. Just had a brutal Marauder one, had a nice DR10, sat on an airdrop at Extract, killed one guy, and got beamed when looting. LL experience. That is Lost Light in a nutshell, for sure. Right now, anyway. Man, back then there wasn't even airdrops. That's... Oh, man. And look at the position of where the scrap was, too. And he didn't really get much of it, either. Like, looking at this, this is the Windswept I remember. Like, oh, man. I would be able to tell where you were and where you were coming from before you even knew I was in there. Or if you were following me, I'd be able to trip you out. I'd be able to I don't even know the right word for it. Juke. I'd be able to juke you before you even got to me, because I knew the map so well and I knew where you could and couldn't go and the angles, especially on Harbor. Like I told you guys, Harbor was my map. I absolutely loved it, and I've hated what they've done with it. I like that they've improved the map as far as graphics and different gameplay style, but the way they've done it, the execution of it, the way it turned out, not so well. I love that they updated the map, sure, just not the way they did. Elite bots sometimes has suppressor attached to the guns. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It was the Elites and Raymond. Yeah, they would have suppressors on there. And every once in a while, a normal Marauder bot would have like a suppressed Molt. Well, I mean the Car 98. Ah, yes, the original Firefly stashes.
Be a man and come out.
This one over here was hardly ever looted. I mean, look at how much ammo I have on me right now. 358 pistol rounds because they were just so common amongst those bots. So when the hell did the mega walls come up? I've never been a Windswept Harbor guy, but I don't remember huge walls. Yeah, exactly. The walls were never there. It used to be an open field in front of the hospital. And this here, the dock. Dang, appreciate that. Yeah, so as far as suppressors goes, I think you had to find
Hands on deck. Push 'em
the
out.
suppressors in raid. Like you couldn't buy them for certain guns, I think.
Intruder spotted. I need
I
backup.
thought he was silent for a second. I know, I didn't even realize I clicked it for a minute. And then I thought I clicked it and it didn't actually unclicked. Mexican treatment. Oh man. But yeah, not every gun had a suppressor, I don't think. But finding one, yeah, remembering the time when finding a suppressor for your favorite gun was the best thing. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh man. And as far as the mega walls, I'm not sure if that comment was made, but yeah, as far as the mega walls, there weren't mega walls. Like that was one of the other things. I hated the fact that they had added that. It was just an open field. And this is also when I used to pick up weapons versus other items because the weapons were worth the most. Can of peaches. And they gave different values too, instead of the same. A can of peaches would give you like 30 energy and 10 stamina or 10 water or something like that. Putting giant walls doesn't help everything. True. Yeah, what the heck, man? I don't know how to get around them. I know. There's only what we found out. There's only what 3 ways of getting in, and that's the southeastern corner near the tracks, where the old entrance basement used to be. That truck that's there. Oh, it was such a nice shot.
Bravo to HQ. Intruder spotted. I need backup.
Ah, that sound though. Sounds like crackling chicken bones or something. I don't know. I never liked it when they put that sound in. That was a new sound during this time too. And as soon as I get done shooting this guy over there,
Gonna die.
this guy runs up behind me. And the reason why I know that there's a guy behind me is because I get a sound indicator from the stairs. Remember, I knew this map so well, I knew where sound indicators would have somebody be. And I knew that you would have to come up the stairs on the wall or up these stairs right here. One or two. That was the only way to get up there, other than running all the way down. So I'm paying attention because I hear it, and I cleared all the bots around this gas station before I came over. And I'm looking, and I still, to this day, don't understand how he got there, where he is now, without me hearing him. And look who it is. He left this match not but 10 minutes ago and then came back in. Ah, the Hammer 5. That's what it was called. It was called the Hammer 5. That's what it used to be called. And the B11 used to be called the Brel. But the Brel back then sucked. Yeah. Madrigaldo. With a 13 KD. Woo! Did I hear popcorn? Probably. My wife loves popcorn, that's for sure. Bro, when I found out that fighting Raymond was the only way to get the legendary guns, that's when I made up my mind to just hunt Raymond. Exactly, I was the same way. Yes, bro, I was the same way. I'm dying. I don't want to die. A rat is a rat. Only knows died. Fucking love it. Brel sounds bad and also performs bad. Yeah. Crack. Ah, God. Ugh. I miss when he was a Marauder only player, so Firefly was the rarity. True. I mean, kind of. It was like that, for sure. How hard was Raymond back then? Literally 2 bullets to the face, you're dead. And that was before they made all the armor changes. Also, Execute is a cooler kill name. True. True. Yeah, the B11 RSS slash with the headshot rework. Yeah, the 3.5 time damage. Most games that I know of only have a 2 time or a 1.5 time. This game's got a 3.5 time. See, like I said, I knew Windswept well enough that this stuff was like, I could loot no problem because I knew there wasn't anybody in here now. I literally killed the bot that was on top of the refinery, which I'm looting now. Then Madrigaldo behind me. I have a hard time saying his name. Marigaldo. Marigaldo. And then I think there was a third player, but now maybe not. You need to go, Adrian. All right, brother. I hope you have a good night. I'm glad you can hang out and see some of this old content. Rest of it will be waiting here for you when you get back from your field trip, and go ahead and check it out later. I appreciate you hanging out with me, though. I hope you have a good night and a good field trip.
It's Marigold.
Marigold? Marigold? Oh, that's how you spell Marigold? Oh. Yeah, but it's Marigoldo then? Because it has an O at the end of it.
Move! All hands on deck! Push him out!
As you've seen, bots back then, they would consistently miss you even if you were standing still. And even if they did hit you, they were just pesky little flies at this point.
Gonna die.
They were more annoying, and they would give your position away more often than they would kill or hurt you. See? More food. Raymond had crazy good aim for real, for sure. For sure. He wasn't in chat. You have a good one, man. Tass is the best last light streamer. He's gonna go places 100%. I appreciate you. I do. In the old hospital. Yeah, the old hospital. Oh man, I used to run into so many issues. You want to see what we used to have to deal with? This is a perfect example right here of what the hospital used to be like before they made all the changes that they did. Oh, this is so nostalgic. This is what you used to have to do. There's water.
Roger. All clear. Over.
As soon as you'd step in here, on the second floor.
All units, search for targets. All units, search for targets. Search for targets.
Yeah. Wondering why I'm sitting here like this? Because they hit hard. Like out of all the bots in the game up at this point, these elite, especially at the hospital, 2-tap to the face like Raymond, you're done. You're like, I mean, it was pretty quick. Seriously. The grenades. Oh, I thank you, baby.
Yeah, because I did that because after I look like the plate, I went ahead and those dishes and then dishes. So I just want to get do that. So food.
Well, thank you, baby. Appreciate you.
And the kitchen's clean and dishwasher is running. Yay! Because we needed more dishes because we pretty much used all our plates.
Yeah. So here I'm trying to trip the line to get him to come out because I know there's one there. But I can't get him, so I run up and I run back. Nothing. And then this guy comes.
Stop hiding.
Seriously, dude? I'm trying to sneak on these guys. What are you doing? Giving away my position.
All units, search for targets. All units, search for targets. Search for targets.
Yeah, they may miss a lot, but at the same time, if they did hit and they did connect, it was pretty nasty. And you gotta remember, I'm wearing tier 5A or 6A, one of the two.
All units, search for targets. Search for targets.
They hit pretty hard, even with high tier armor on. It doesn't look like much, but really back then, 2 bullets doing 1/8 of your damage or 1/8 of your health. That's pretty severe.
What a bunch of...
So I was just trying to make sure there wasn't any more, but I knew there was one there. Like I said, I've ran this route a bunch. I was trying to trip it.
Search for targets.
And at this point,
Bunch of...
I thought I killed them all. Yeah, see, fuel tanks are only worth 12,000.
I'm dying. All units, search for targets.
I'm like, oh shit! Oh no!
I'm gonna die.
I'm like, where is he? Yeah, and the DR-15 was worth 75,000. More food. Food everywhere. Yeah, the icons used to be so big too. Back when my menu wouldn't, I'd press tab to open the menu, and it would automatically close. Like, this is me trying to keep my inventory open. Because even if I went to go and hold tab to hold it open, it would still force close. It was the weirdest thing. But it was so annoying, especially in the middle of a fight. Yeah, see here, I'm excited that I ended up getting the KC416 and with the BG diagonal grip. Again, I didn't know this is 212. This used to be a locked room. And it's not anymore. See, engagement rings were 30,000. Now they're only worth what, 9? Something like that. So a lot of price differences in these items. Yeah, the blood pressure monitor is only what, 8,000? Ah, yeah, the Firefly bundle.
Yes, I can join the lounge now because my company is left.
Yeah? And all these stutters you're seeing, that's not just video editing or video recording. That's what was happening to me as I was playing. All these freezes you're seeing is literally what I was experiencing when I used to play. All of it. None of it's video error. And that's not your Discord, that's mine. That's the video. Apologize. So you used to be able to find food everywhere. I mean, if you wanted to, I suppose. Ah, yes, when there used to be a Firefly bundle under here, or a stash.
That I got. That's when they do. Feels amazing.
Yeah, like, used to, you could tell I knew exactly where I was running. And the difference in buildings now, too. Like, those buildings aren't there anymore. That's where the new oil refinery is now, where that new building, where the polyurethane and all those materials are. And remember, the only place we knew of getting banknotes, which is what the new pounds used to be called, and they used to be found in raid like that. There wasn't any in that room up there. That room, that computer room was only used for a mission back here in season 3. Well, hi, Babis. Well, hi, you. And there's the 212 gig. Yeah, the new pounds. But it was called banknotes. Used to be able to sell them. Yeah, this is what it used to look like when you hit the button. Yeah. It's pretty nuts. I remember some of this. It's crazy. It should end here. Right? Yeah. Then we're gonna leave that one for last. Head over to this one here. We're almost done. I only got a few more clips left. And then I wanted to save the ranked arc match for last. see the girl. Come over here. There you are. You sweet girl.
She's over here.
Sweet girl.
Spare me.
Sweet girl. Yeah, I mean, Windswept used to be a lot more open than it is now. Now this is a perfect example of how shit my system was. These are this is 2 players. See, that shot there should have hit his foot. What that is. And that's right, when you were aiming at a player, you used to know he was down because it'd give you a red X or an orange X. Now, on my screen, when I was playing, I clicked just before he popped his head out. Look at that. Look at that glitchiness back and forth. Oh, I was so upset. I was like, I should have won that with the loadout I had. But the whole back and forth screwed me up because it would lag out. This is a short little clip that I ended up recording. That I don't know if I actually put that one in here. And then this was just what the shelter also used to look like. And then there was I was randomly teaming up with someone. I think oh yeah. Me basically showing that I was helping someone out, and that was my Discord on the video, not yours. I forgot there was 2 videos that had the Discord thing in it. My bad. Should have warned you. And then, like I said, just a few short clips are left here. Just kind of little interactions with players. Like, he was shooting at me, we seen each other. Nothing much in this clip. He just kind of, we disengaged from each other. Actually, in fact, this might be the same, that might have been the same clip from the earlier one where I pushed him. That actually might have been like the recording before I had, now that I'm seeing both clips. Yeah, that's freaking absolutely insane though. And here's a preview. This was nuts. Like, how am I not hitting him? Like, I was so surprised. You could tell that my reticle is on him more often than I'm getting hit markers. It was absolutely insane. I don't know what happened. But this one, we're gonna take the camera away. This is a ranked match in Arced. In Arcs? Arc. Look how different the cards look. How dull and everything. Like, it's pretty crazy. Pretty nuts. And again, this is what Arc used to look like. They really haven't changed Arc very much at all. Like I said, I had only played ranked in Arc a couple of times. Arc was huge with players back then. And so if you wanted to go into ranked, pretty much you'd go into Arc. You wouldn't really be able to play ranked in other matches. Maybe Akiyama, hardly ever windswept.
Nothing here. Over.
Slap the microphone, sorry.
Bravo to HQ. Bravo to HQ. Intruder spotted. Boys, let's move. I want to die.
That right there. They used to have these death lines, and I cannot believe that I had forgotten about those, because they slowly phased them out, and I never noticed that Marauders never did, because at this point in the season I stopped hearing that. I wouldn't even register that the bots were talking, because it was so annoying that my brain eventually was able to just block it out, and it just became background noise. And then when it went away, I never even noticed.
Roger. All clear. Over.
So again, we used to ignore bots because they didn't shoot very well. They weren't much of a threat. And now I'm just trying to find the player. I'm just trying to find the other players so I can loot the rest of the map on my own, and I don't have to worry about somebody sneaking up behind me or ratting around a building. I'm free to loot the rest of the map for the next 35 minutes. Also, Arc had the longest timer for ranked as well. So I heard him above, but I didn't see anybody above. So I only assumed it could have been underground. Yeah, 12K for the home pressure. Used to be an upgrade for the health center. Now I guess it's not. See, anytime I found food in raid, I'd eat it. You didn't want to leave food for anybody else. I'm sitting there going, was that here? Like, again, I was still slowly learning more of the map. I didn't even go and check underground, did I? Oh yeah. I noticed that I wanted to be at the door if I was getting marked, so that they couldn't tell which direction I was going, because I'm at the door. Like, I could have gone anywhere, any direction from the door, but if I was going to get marked, I wanted to be marked on the door for that specific reason. Not in the middle, because then they could have been like, oh, well, he was heading this direction. And I would have had to been perfectly centered in between. And here, I'm just intently listening, not knowing if that's a bot or one of the players that I heard. Because again, I didn't really know Arc too well. So as far as my spatial awareness and where things were and where players could and couldn't walk, it was pretty limited at this point. Again, I hear that firing over there. I don't even check this. Crypto coins never used to spawn back here then.
All hands on deck.
It used to be graphics cards. That was the point in going into the house, is to get a graphics card.
Look, this is
So I know he's in
We've got
in the art company, and I don't know the insides of the art company very well. So at this point, I'm making a long flank, a super long flank, because I have a sniper. I can get up high enough to be able to see down onto the building. And so I'm slowly making my way up under cover where I'm not seen by the art company buildings to get a better angle and a better view to see the player that's up there. And this is where I catch him. He's right up here. It's hard to see because of the rendering of the video, but I can see him clearly. He's right up here next to this white thing just above the truck. This is on the roof of the ARC building. Right up there. It's hard to see him at the beginning of this fight, but I can see him clearly and I know he's there. I'm just trying to get a lineup of him. And it's not until now that you actually see him, I think. He'll pop out. Right there. I don't know how I missed it. Oh. How did that turn back on? How did that turn back on? Anyway. And so I'm being patient. I have the angle on him. He doesn't know where I am. I don't know how the heck I missed that first shot, though. It was kind of like the match on Akiyama. Now, I just got marked, so he knows I'm here now. My cover's blown. He knows I'm still over in this area. He actually shot me. Or at me. But I was able to see him through. Hell yeah. I don't know how the camera got turned back on, but it's alright. It got me. Again.
Take this!
I don't know how, but, you know. Yeah, you can see it's so different in this area near the building. Yeah, 11.0 KD. Like I said, we used to have higher KD back then because it used to combine both. At this point, I'm trying to figure out where that other player that I originally heard, because I knew that the guy I had just shot was not near the area where I heard the shots coming from to begin with. And so here I'm trying to figure out from the storehouse area, where did this guy go? He knows where I am because he can see me, and this is where I hear him on the roof across from the ARC building on the actual storage building, and I see the bot down below walking towards that building, and I take one more quick look to see if anybody's over there, but it didn't look like it. So I decided, okay, well, we're gonna have to go. At first I thought he was on the ground. Again, just checking my flank, making sure that not another, because there could potentially be three. So I knew where two of them were, one that I just killed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm just trying to see if he's coming out, if he's gonna run either way, go into the building, trying to basically assess when and if I could see him, but he never pushes out. And at this point, I realize that I'm like wasting a lot of time if I'm going to kill this player. And I'm trying to decide what to do. And at this moment, when I see that he calls his extract, I'm like, okay, I have 30 seconds to make a decision because there's only 2 minutes or 3 minutes until his extract comes and another 12 seconds for him to extract. So I had about 3 minutes or so, just a little over 3 minutes to get over to where he was. Again, trying to stay undercover where he can't see me or minimize when he could see me. And again, he got shot at by the bot. And I see he's up there. So I immediately push, knowing he's on the roof. He shot the medical facility bot that was shooting him, that was sniping him. Again, looking at the windows on the inside to see if he was on that side. And I'm just listening. Trying to assess where he's going because I can't hear him. And so I start slowly heading towards the area, and I'm like, ah, there he is.
Be a man and come
Nope,
out.
never mind. It was just a stupid bot. Nah, I couldn't detect him when I was underneath. He's too far above ground for it to detect. But I knew he was up there, and I knew that there was this truck that you get on top to get up there. So I'm like, how to approach this? I need to see exactly where he is first. So where is he? And then I'm like, aha, spotted you. Let me switch. Let me get a perfect angle. And I missed my opportunity because I took too long to line up the shot. So I'm like, well, shoot.
Let's move.
And then this stupid bot comes from nowhere, gives away my position because I'm not able to drop my cards in time. So now he knows I'm right here. And this is where the fight begins. We now know we're near each other and he knows I'm pushing him. I see him throw a nade. So I move just in case. Try to reacquisition where he is. At this point, he's got the advantage. If I jump to go and push him, he could potentially peek out, but he got in a fight with a bot because, again, bots would constantly spawn when your extract was called, which was super annoying.
Bravo to HQ.
And of course, somehow missed the first jump mount. And his extract is open now. He could extract if he wanted to. That's what the orange smoke right here is. Again, when you would actually go to first person view to aim, it would be up and to the right of where you were aiming, because as you saw, I was perfectly aligned with his body. I just need to come out of cover and start shooting. But when I did that, I shot the container and not him. And this is that clip right here when he runs across. I don't know how I didn't hit him. I mean, it literally exploded in his face. And look at that, my reticle is literally on him damn near the whole time, and I only get one hit marker.
Черт, ты меня слышишь? Дай мне уйти спокойно.
I have no clue what he's saying at this point. Like I said, I did have my speakers on for players to hear, or for me to hear players, but they rarely ever talked. Again, same thing, my reticle was on the red piece when I zoomed in, so it screwed up my aiming. I'm like trying to assess exactly where he is. And he's running. Like, all he literally had to do was stay on the roof and just get to the extract. But he decided to jump down. Yep. And then basically the rest of it's just me looting and waiting for extract because there's nobody else. I mean, I don't even know if I could like speed it up. Let's see. I don't even know. Let's see. Speed faster. Yeah, I mean, basically it was just me for like a good like 5 minutes or so. All I'm doing is going back and forth and extracting.
Hello, this is Alpha Team. We got
But yeah, as you're extracting, these guys was just constantly respawn. It's absolutely crazy how it used to be. I mean, consistently they would spawn just out of nowhere. I'm glad that they don't quite do that anymore. They kind of do a little bit, but it's a lot better than it used to be. A lot better than it used to be. But yeah, I just pick up stuff and that's it. That's all the clips I've got today. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a wild ride this past year. That I'm glad I was able to find some of these clips, because it's definitely one of those things where we were just sitting there looking through my files because I was trying to find my Discord profile picture and see if I still had it so I could re-edit it. And we came across these videos and these clips, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like literally from a year ago. And now that I'm thinking of it again, it was one of the reasons why I decided to use NVIDIA at that point to record some of these random games that I would play, because back then I wasn't really good about recording my gameplay, because I mean, I felt like it was boring because there wasn't very many people in, and so it was just the same gameplay loop and it wasn't as exciting, and so I didn't really create any content from season 3. But I'm really glad that I decided to do these random clips and record random moments through my journey of season 3, because you can definitely tell that things have definitely changed, some for the better.
You forgot you had these.
Yeah, I totally forgot I had them. I was in a random folder on my drive and came across them and was like, oh yeah, definitely, I am for sure gonna be showing some of these clips, because it's fun to see the differences between a year ago and now. So it's really fun. It was really fun seeing those again, and being able to go down memory lane on some of the old things that we used to like. The nostalgia is real, man. It used to be so much simpler. It used to be so easy, and now they've definitely increased the difficulty over the past year. It's absolutely amazing. Again, I seriously appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We definitely had some fun looking at some of those old memories, so I'm glad that we were able to take a trip down memory lane together. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. As always, if you did as well, make sure to head down below and smash that like button for me. Share with a couple of friends across your social media. I don't care. You can do it on OnlyFans. You can do it on TikTok. You can do it on YouTube. You can do it on Twitter. I don't care what platform. Just get it out there. Go ahead and join in on the fun. Help us create this amazing community, which everyone is a part of so far. All 239 of us. Absolutely amazing. I love every single one of you, and I appreciate all the support that you give me. So also make sure, if you are new, to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss another episode like this, where we go back and take a trip down memory lane. And as always, make sure to fully color in that notification bell so that YouTube will notify you of all my lives and videos. And just in case YouTube decides not to, why don't you go ahead and go in the description down below and grab that link to the Discord, both the Lost Light official Discord, the Jackpot's Lounge and Cafe, as well as my Twitter, where you will find most up-to-date information on me and what we're doing. I am going to try and post more. I know I keep saying it, but things have been hectic, and we're still starting this channel out, still learning new things, and I'm glad to have you guys along for the ride. So, once again, I love you guys. Stay safe, stay cool, because it's getting hot out there. I'll catch you guys in the next one.